There are times in our lives when we go through a tragedy or crisis that will leave us feeling absolutely broken, emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. The first thing I want to share with you is for you to start thinking of this as being broken open. Because even though you feel like your world has ended, which it absolutely has, this life event has cracked you open for your rebirth. Hi, I'm Patty Blue Hayes, author, coach, and your guide to blossoming beyond heartbreak and cultivating hope as you sow the seeds of healing. Imagine you're walking along a path and you see an interesting rock. It's not any special color necessarily, but something about it appeals to you, so you pick it up. To your surprise, it feels different from other rocks you've picked up, and this piques your curiosity. When you get home, you decide to tap it with a small hammer, and then one harder whack cracks the rock into pieces. And what is revealed is the most amazing crystalline formations inside, jaw-dropping and mesmerizing. Well, that's kind of like where you are now, just a rock along a path that has been broken open to reveal hidden, magnificent treasures. But the pain of being whacked and cracked is too unbearable for you to even be able to see the awe-inspiring gems that have been revealed. Because our relationship status with ourselves is complicated, it will take some time for you to discover these shimmering diamonds. It's during this crisis stage where I believe it's crucial for us to attend to ourselves like a triage team deals with a critically wounded patient, with life-saving priorities first. What that might look like as your spirit is splayed open and you feel like you're bleeding out, having support to help you breathe, to help you remember who you are, and to remind you of your strength. Sometimes these attendees are family and friends, but sometimes those are the very people who've caused the fracture. And in those circumstances, you must go outside of that circle to community, peripheral friends, cousins, thought leaders, spiritual guides, authors, and most crucial, your soul's own wisdom. You may not feel like you have the wisdom, strength, and stamina to get through the pain you're experiencing, but that's because a part of your soul, your true luminous essence, has been severed. But much like the moon jellyfish can regenerate amputated pieces of itself, so can the soul. You must trust the healthy and whole parts of your soul to lead you toward healing and eventual wholeness. But this is a very messy process, and you might be engaging in behaviors to numb the pain and then feel ashamed about those behaviors. Give yourself a break. You've just been whacked with a hammer. If you can refrain from the unhealthy coping mechanisms for a few hours or days, celebrate that success. And in the hours or days when you choose to numb out with substances, toxic thoughts, or behaviors, give yourself grace. If you're finding this valuable, leave a comment to let me know how you've gotten through being broken open. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for your support. In my own journey, I learned how vital it was for me to understand that the choices I was making were not from the highest and best version of myself that I knew I was capable of becoming, but just didn't know how to achieve that state of being. What I didn't realize at the time was that the messy, unconscious behaviors were exactly what would lead me to my healing. In fact, if you start considering that the solution is traveling at the same rate as the problem, we see that these two divergent paths, let's say one of the soul and highest self that is driven toward wholeness and regeneration, and that of the lower self, psyche, mind, and ego-based, who feels separated from wholeness, abandoned from love, and rejected by fairness, will converge at some point in time. From an evolutionary standpoint, organisms, like our souls and our fleshy containers, Develop adaptive responses to environmental changes over time. When in deep pain, the avoidance of pain is a survival tactic. This adaptation implies that solutions to challenges are inherent within the evolutionary process itself. So when you are behaving in a way that you're not proud of or feel guilty or ashamed, give yourself the grace of understanding you're just trying to survive. And with your intention and desire, you will evolve. When the pillars of your reality have crumbled to dust, it's best to take life in slow motion. As challenging as it is, keep yourself in the present moment. There are plenty of techniques to help you do this. Take the hours in small increments of time because your routine and life as you knew it is gone, and with that you've lost your sense of security and stability. You are free-falling on an avalanche of losses. Do what is most comfort-providing, hopefully in a healthy way, in that moment. That might mean you call a friend, drink some water, eat some protein, walk the dog, take a shower, journal your feelings, take a nap, climb a mountain, cry and scream, breathe deeply, join a gym, talk to a therapist, call a lifeline, throw rocks, arrange flowers, light a candle, create art, or listen to music. When your mother was pregnant with you, from the outside, all that was visible was her rounded belly, skin stretched taut to provide room for you to develop. But inside, you were forming like that sparkling geode, with magnificence, vibrancy, and immense strength for the journey ahead after being broken open. Remember, you're on a journey of healing and transformation. The seed does not become a blossom overnight. For more support, I have 2 resources: my EBook, My Heart is Broken, Now What?, and my audio program, You Can Heal Your Heartbreak. Links are in the description.